Mike Moore Media.
I'm talking to Neville Hall, the mayor of Eden, our monthly podcast. And Mayor, how are you? How are things going this week?
I'm doing fine. Good afternoon, and thanks for having me here.
Yeah, appreciate our time together, always. Let's take a look back at the October Eden City Council meeting. Not a very long meeting. Good things accomplished there, of course. But right up front, let's talk about that special recognition of an Uptown Eden merchant. Tell us about that.
Yeah, Julie Stanton was recognized as a business trailblazer for her entrepreneurial efforts. She and her dad have the Southern Julep, and they have increased their options by including a new coffee bar, and Ken White nominated her for this award, and she won it, and we were just happy to recognize a local merchant that's been successful and wish her the best.
Sure.
And it's just great to have some recognition for the work that you put in.
That's exactly right. Yeah. Proud of Julie and that new coffee shop. Isn't that nice? Well, that's super.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, any new businesses, we love adding options in Eden.
Yeah, and she received the 2021 Eden Main Street Champion of the Year award. So got a couple of awards there for her.
Yeah, like Ken said, she started in a real small building on Washington Street and just totally outgrew that building, and now she has that larger property on Monroe Street and was able to expand and include a new coffee shop.
Yeah, that is very nice. Yeah, and in fact, I think that that shop where she was originally, I think is still vacant. I don't know who owns it, what the deal is there, but that's be a good opportunity for another business.
Yeah, it's actually the owner is in the process of renovating it. He has a use for it. So,
oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll be back up and running soon. Yeah.
Yeah. We got things are just about filled up in Uptown Eden. Looking good. Well, I guess a couple of the big things that came out of that, a couple of grants helping with water and sewer work, and then Freedom Park. So tell us about those, Mayor.
Yeah, these were from the state budget that our Senator and House Representative Purtle and Senator Berger went to Raleigh and fought on our behalf to get a piece of the larger state budget directed to us. I mean, that's normal business practice for any lawmaker to try to go and lobby for their area. But they did a particularly good job because we are still fighting the EPA administrative order and still trying to finish that after all these years. And we're getting close, and the time is running out, so they got us $7 million appropriated for that project, which is great because that's money we were going to have to borrow and take on some debt service cost each year. So that'll help a lot. And then the $1 million for Freedom Park was just I won't say shocked because we worked hard to try to get it, but that's a blessing that we can do some things to that park that's 25 years old that need to be done because it's a jewel in our crown for the city of Eden that people are here all the time for that park. So we're glad we can update it.
Sure. I couldn't believe when the comment was made at the meeting that's 25 years old. Where did those years go? But,
that's what I was wondering.
Yeah. But it's really, Freedom Park has really become a regional park, as was mentioned. Looking at upgrading the athletic facilities, expansion, and adding some lights and here and there, and multi-purpose field and a walking track, and pickleball is big, so it looks like we're getting 4 lighted pickleball courts out of that too.
That's the plan, and right now there are 3 baseball, softball fields there. But our youth program has grown so quickly that we're going to take. This is the plan. I mean, all this is subject to engineering and stuff, but this looks like we're going to be able to do this. Take one of the fields and cut it into 3 smaller fields, because right now when the T-ball and the 8U players play, they put up a temporary fence to make the field a lot shorter.
Yeah.
So I think we can fit 3 fields into one. So we'll go from 3 fields to 5. So looking forward to being able to have more places to practice and all that, and hopefully they'll continue to increase the numbers that the Prowlers have seen in baseball and football.
How important is that to the city and our youth, the increase in the Prowlers program and how that's going?
Yeah, I mean, it's just a great way to entertain the kids as well as benefit them physically. It's just our youth sports had suffered for years when we had the city with their rec program, the Boys and Girls Club with their sports, and then the YMCA, and all three had it's just the nature of the way kids play these days. You know, it's not as much exercise and activity, so all three were struggling with numbers, and so you know the Prowlers came along and just said, everybody, let's all play together, and we'll all be better off. And so the more you do that, the more people get excited about it, the bigger the numbers get. So we are glad that it's growing like it has, and we need to make sure they have the facilities they need, the lights around the track that will allow them to practice at night, because when you got that many kids and that many teams, it's hard to get everybody practice time. So those lights will really help with that.
Sure, yeah, okay. So it's great that's going so well. And part of that, one of the components of that is Patriots Hall that's going to be built at the entrance to Freedom Park. What's that?
Yeah, that's an idea that City Manager Mendenhall. It sounds like it's going to be a great facility for the community to use. It's not a building per se. It's more like the Shelter One, the picnic shelter. It'll be a covered area, but the plan is to include some bathrooms inside and then roll down doors so you can close it and heat it or cool it. So you can have, family reunions and that kind of thing, and all sorts of celebrations in there, and the weather won't be quite the driving factor. So you can close the doors off and use it for a cookout or like I said, family reunion, class reunion, all that kind of stuff.
Right, yeah. Oh, sounds good. Yeah, it sounds like you're making that $1 million grant go a long way, getting a lot done.
Yeah, we are trying to do as much as we can in-house. So, but of course, $1 million is a lot of money, but it'll also go quick when you start doing major construction.
Sure. And I know you and our city manager and I think Coach Ben Curtis, I think all of you made several trips to Raleigh, I believe you said in that meeting.
And Clint Simpson, when he was the police chief and assistant city manager, he went with us. And then the last time we went for the final act, council member Greg Light went with us, and we just told him our need, how much we needed this and what a big deal it would be for our community, and we can't thank Senator Berger and Representative Pirtle enough for bringing that money back to us. And I told them this doesn't get them off the hook forever. We'll be back next year.
Sure. Okay. But thanks for this year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we mentioned pickleball a minute ago. We need to congratulate our own Carla Huffman, too.
Yeah, winning the state championship doubles, if I remember right. Yeah,
Yep.
That's obviously it's probably the fastest growing, most popular sport these days. So a lot of people play it. I mean, you got elderly, and I say elderly, I mean, older people that play it and enjoy it, and down to high school kids that love to play.
Sure.
And so I'm not a pickleballer. I probably need to start looking at doing that, but because it's getting to be so popular, I'm gonna have to do that to be able to have anybody do anything with it. But the plan on those pickleball courts over there at Freedom Park is to put a lighting system in there where you you can push the power button and it stays on for like 30 minutes or so. And you can push it again for another game, but they'll cut themselves off. So we don't have to have anybody there coming by at night and turning the lights off. So
okay.
That's a neat new trick.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. Okay. All right. So all of these things coming to Freedom Park in Eden. That's great. All right. Well, I know a couple of other things. Anything else we need to mention from the meeting?
That was it. The grants were the longest part of the meeting, and took care of a little piece of rezoning, and agreed to, we had a public hearing to start the process and applying for some more grants for the Five Forks area of Leaksville, like we did for the Draper area.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I know we've got a couple of Halloween events coming up. I believe you wanted to mention.
Yeah, the Treat Street on Washington Street this Friday from 3 to 6. Kids love that.
Yeah.
This year for the first time, and I'm so glad we're able to do it, they're going to close the street because kids are, it's very well attended. I don't know if you've been down there or not.
Oh, yeah, I have.
There are costumes and kids everywhere, and I think it's just a great safety move to close the street for those couple hours and make sure none of the kids dart out in front of traffic. So that'll be this Friday, and then the next day on the boulevard, they're having their boulevard Halloween party from 1 to 4 with all sorts of activities and prizes, and they'll be there for the afternoon. So 2 nice events, back-to-back days, and I know kids love Halloween. So.
Yeah. Okay. And adults too.
Yeah, the candy. That's right.
Candy and the costumes. Yeah. Some adults like to dress up more than the kids sometimes, I believe.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah. Well, have a happy Halloween, and anything else before we wrap up, Mayor?
No, I don't know if we mentioned. I know I mentioned it in the meeting, but on November 2nd, we're having a called meeting for just to apply for another grant. Like we did the other night. They are time sensitive. They want you to have a public hearing, and you can't have it until a certain day, and you got to have it by a certain day. So we're calling a meeting for one item. So, but just wanted to be clear about that and what's going on.
Okay. Well, hope that goes well, and always appreciate this time. And it's the year of the trail. Beautiful weekend coming up. Nice weather all this week, but even nicer for the weekend. So get out and enjoy our greenways and nature trails in Eden.
Yeah, it was cold this morning, but I did see where they're going to warm up for the weekend, thank goodness, in the 80s, I think. But this morning I went out to take the dogs out. It was 32 degrees.
Oh, wow.
I'm not ready for this yet.
Were the dogs ready?
Oh, yeah, they're ready.
Okay, all right. Mayor, thanks a lot. Talk to you again next month.
Thank you, Mike.
Okay,
all right,
bye. That's Neville Hall. He's the mayor of Eden. We try to have our monthly podcast right after Eden City Council meeting. And remind you, we're talking about the merchants. Be sure to support our hometown merchants in Eden. Shop local. You can get more information. Their Facebook pages for Explore Eden NC, and of course the city's website is edennc.us. If you're new to the area, check that out, and you find out all kinds of good things happening in our city. Speaking of shopping locally, I certainly wanted to mention our sponsors, and that's Uptown Pharmacy. They're at the corner of Washington and Hamilton Streets. Corinne Brooks is there, and she has that convenient drive-through at the back of the building, and always well-stocked with whatever you need, and all of your prescription and over-the-counter needs, and greeting cards and things like that. And, yes, it's flu season. That's usually October through May. Get your flu shot now at Uptown Pharmacy. And then we have Ingrid's Cupcakes and Confections on Kings Highway. I was just on Ingrid's Facebook page looking at the weekly cupcake flavors. Oh, my goodness. She does such a great job with all of the custom orders she does. And that Finding Nemo Junior cake she made last week for the Theater Guild of Rockingham County. Absolutely beautiful. So for your holidays and all of your special occasions, it's Ingrid's Cupcakes and Confections on Kings Highway. And also out on Kings Highway, we have Carter's Auto Repair and Exhaust. Charles Carter has many, many years of experience, about 35 years, quality work, affordable prices. They specialize in exhaust, custom and stock exhaust, all automotive work, and North Carolina State Inspection, too, at Carter's Auto Repair and Exhaust on Kings Highway in Eden.